They'll call you crazy until you're a genius. That's what I want to talk about in this video. And I'll start by sharing a story. So I went to the Science Museum the other week with my girlfriend. And of course, I'm a massive science nerd, so I thoroughly enjoy looking through the vehicle section, the space section, the history of modern medicine section. All of that stuff was fascinating. But the one that was most profound, the one that had the biggest impact on me, and is the reason I decided to sit down and make this video today to talk to you guys, the flight section, which was on the top floor of the Science Museum. How fitting that it was. This flight section had the entire history of aviation. Now, the two most prominent figures in the history of aviation, or flight, were the Wright brothers. You had Wilbur Wright, who was born in 1867, and Orville Wright, who was born in 1871. These two brothers were the pioneers of aviation. They are the reason that we have planes today. So in 1878, they built their first aircraft, a rubber band helicopter, which they called the Bat. And over the course of their lives, events transpired that would lead them to developing an interest in, or more of an interest in, creating something that could sustain flight, something that could stay in the air for longer than a couple of seconds. After many lessons learned, many failures, they produced the first aircraft, the first plane, if you like. Now, the point of this video is to not give you a story about how amazing planes were and how cool the Wright brothers were, but to give you an idea of how difficult it must have been for them to face so much ridicule. They were the first people that thought about taking to the skies, and up until this point, people probably didn't think it was possible. They had a lot of haters, a lot of doubters, people that thought they were crazy for even thinking that humans could leave the ground. They probably had people telling them at every turn that they weren't going to succeed, that they were going to fail, that there was no point in pursuing this dream, this hope. But they did anyway. They kept going because they had a vision. They believed in themselves, and they believed that they could change the world. And they did. They were the reason why we have planes today. They were the reason why we have 747s flying, transporting people all over the world, why intercontinental travel is possible. I think that is truly extraordinary. And why I'm talking about this is because in our lives we often have dreams. We have things that we feel are possible, things that we think that we can achieve, things that we believe that we can achieve. So for me, I've just got into modelling, and I'm still yet to book a paid gig. It's a hard life as a model. It's a competitive industry, and I know it takes something like 20 castings before you even get one. And that's okay. I've only been to 8 so far, and I'm going to keep going until I get the one casting, the paid gig that's going to set things in motion. I believe that I can be an international model, maybe even get to supermodel status, to be the first British-born Asian male supermodel. And people laugh and say that I'm never going to achieve that. My colleagues, some of them were saying that I would never get Burberry. And on my second casting, which was a Burberry casting for a fashion show for Burberry, I got down to the last couple people and got to walk in front of the casting directors, which, considering my walk was pretty atrocious, well, it needs a lot of work, basically. When you have doubters in your life saying that you can't do things, saying that you will never achieve something, it makes you want to achieve it more. It makes me want to achieve it more, to prove them wrong, to prove to myself that I can do it. And so, for you guys in your lives, people will call you crazy. They'll say you're deluded, they'll say you're mad and that you belong in a madhouse, and that there's no point in you pursuing your dreams, there's no point in you continuing to pursue what you want to pursue, because it's never going to work out for you, because they don't believe it. But it doesn't matter, because what they believe is irrelevant. It's what you believe. If you have a vision and you believe that you can achieve your goal, conceive, believe, achieve, then you're going to get there. The Wright brothers had like this dream that they could take off from the ground and build the first plane. And they did. And it's changed the face of the world. It's changed their lives. It made them very wealthy. It changed the face of human history. They didn't let the doubters get to them. They just kept going. And that's what you guys need to do too. You need to believe in yourselves and keep going after what you want to go after. That's what I'm going to do. And whatever your goal is, I believe in you guys. I know that if you get your heads down and you work hard and you stay consistent and you are persistent, you will achieve what you want to achieve. Take inspiration from the Wright Brothers. I know I have. Let them call you crazy because you're going to succeed in what you want to achieve. They'll keep calling you crazy until suddenly you're a genius. I hope that you found this video useful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.